Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Circle of Love and Light. I'm your host, Dr. Jane Mountrose, and I'm so excited today. I have a special guest today, Dr. Sunny Underwood. We're both coaches and healers, and she's so much more. So she'll let you know, I'm sure, a little bit about that. And today we're going to focus on choosing between faith and trust versus fear and frustration. And that's just kind of an overview of looking to our full potential and what we might be able to achieve as we move actually with the season through the end of winter into spring. So it's interesting with things like that. Many people would say they don't have a choice. It's kind of like, and Sunny would know, she's a doctor, she has a doctorate, and has worked as a nurse and in hospitals for many years. People who experience stress usually would say that it's not, they don't have control over it. And I think it's true with something like this too, faith and trust. So actually, all of us do have that choice. We can choose. And it's an important one to choose those things that are going to take us up into a higher vibration and really where we want to go. So the thing that people are missing is the fact that we actually are creators. We have a spark of God, of our creator, right in our hearts. Actually, I touch it and it feels so nice and warm. Interesting. It does feel warm. You feel that spot. And as creators, we can become masters of our experiences rather than victims of our experiences. So today we're going to explore how we can more fully open to our potential as creators and share the meditation as we generally do. A nice meditation for healing and expanding our awareness to embrace more of our divine nature. And so with that, before we begin, I'd like to always just take a moment to settle in together. And we do this by simply taking a few beautiful breaths. And if you're in a place where you can close your eyes and feel guided to do so, that's wonderful. Knowing with this also, you can choose the most amazing breath possible and ask the universe to support you in breathing in love and joy and peace and harmony, whatever it is that would benefit you in this moment to bring you more into the moment in your body together. Beautiful breaths, nice full breath in and nice exhale releasing. A full breath in is fully embracing life. And a full breath out is a full breath of releasing what you don't need in this moment. And it just always amazes me how much we can just bring ourselves more into the moment with our breaths. Just a few nice breaths, which you can do anytime. So with that, the last thing I want to do before we start is thank you for joining us. And actually, I need to bring up here the restream. And I see Babs is here. Good morning, Babs. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you for joining us and being emissaries of love and light for the world. I think it's one of the most important things we could possibly do. So every week we're here to light up our lives, to heal, to grow, and stand up as beacons of light for the world, which is the circle of love and light, sending out that love and light, which we do just by being it. So also, I want to remind you, if you're here, if you're new, please say hi and let us know where you're from. If you have any comments, any questions, whatever, please feel free to comment. We love to hear from you. So with that, I want to turn it over to you, Sunny, and let you start out with your perspective on all of this. It's like this big. Here it is.
Well, greetings, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Doctors Jane and Philip Mountrose. I've had the privilege to take their holistic life coach training and be certified as a holistic life coach. And not only I took it one whole year, I took it second year because it was so healing and transforming in my own life. And also I have my ministry with you guys too. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the love and light that you bring to this world and for this opportunity to be of service here today. So just a quick background. I am a nurse practitioner, family nurse practitioner, and I have a PhD in health psychology. I'm also a yoga and meditation instructor. So I bring all of that to my practice. I have my personal practice as a life coach, but currently I am teaching nursing at a community college where I live, and I'm very honored and I feel really fulfilled. And actually, I bring meditation and self-care to my classes. I teach nursing, and you all know how important healthcare is and how important self-care is in healthcare. So that's a little background about myself. Talking about faith versus fear and frustration, that is an amazing subject. So I'm Persian, and I've been through revolution and war, and my Persian name, my birth name is Sanaz. I go by Sunny. It's people started calling me Sunny, especially when I was doing end of life care. It really served. I did 17 years of end of life care as a nurse practitioner. So when I would go in the room and tell them my name, somehow, the names associated with this energy, and it would lift up the room, hopefully, I was told, during very difficult times. So faith has brought me where I am, to live in beautiful Monterey with my son. I've been a single mom, and every step of the way, not having family here and not being in the country I grew up, I had a lot of hurdles. But faith got me through. So whenever I would get worried, I would just put one hand on my heart, one on my belly, and just say faith over fear. And sit in a meditative state and allow that energy of love and light and peace, divinity, whatever you call it, and angelic energy, God, however you name it, that would wash over and cleanse and clear me energetically. And our mind gets in the way a lot. It can be lousy master sometimes, but a great servant. So another thing I would do when my mind would get into a lot of fear-based, creating worries and doubt, I just put my hand on my head and just infuse it with light and peace. And it's not always easy. Sometimes it takes a little while. You may be in a little funky period energy for a few hours, or even it could be like for a day, or it could be shorter. But the fact that if we stick with faith, if we have trust, we will see the results. And I have seen the results of manifesting the life that I felt would be fulfilling. And at this time in my life, I realized that also faith, another aspect of faith, is not only knowing we can be, and we are co-creators with the universe. If we tap into our energy of peace and love and joy and envision and feel what the end product we want to be, sometimes it's I'm learning, rather than seeing myself, for example, in that relationship, in this place, I'm getting to a point now that and that's what I would like to do today when we do the meditation, just be and allow the universe bring that fulfillment, what I need at this point to shine my light the brightest. Because it may be something I don't even know. It may be a relationship, friendship, or situation that I don't even know.
Right. And it is, I think it's wonderful to think that today holds the potential for being a new beginning. Every day actually does. But I think when we're together in a situation like this, we have the opportunity together to really look at the potential that we have and create something different. And I want to welcome Lula. Lula is here. Hi, Lula, and also Sharon. So welcome both of you, some of our old friends, and we love you both.
Yes.
So I also know, since we've known each other for a while now, that you have a very deep relationship with the angels, and particularly Archangel Michael. So I wonder if you'd like to say a little bit about how having those relationships has supported this kind of a transformation for you.
Yes. So when I came to America, I'm learning different songs, and one of them is a fun song. It says, "I have friends in low places," and I've changed it to "I have friends in high places," and that is the reality. We actually all do. We
Mhm.
have friends in high places, and if we acknowledge that and connect with them, we will start seeing miracles. Ever since I was a child, first time I encountered an angel was when I was 6 years old. And it was really scary because it's a being that is not made out of flesh and blood and the physical form. So I was really scared, but I feel like that was when that angelic being was around me to rise my vibration to a level to be able to connect
Right.
for and future.
Mhm.
And doing end of life work 17 years, many of my patients would describe the angels that were in the room. Some of them almost died and came back. They had experiences with angelic realm. I had many experiences with angelic realm. So Archangel Michael is incredible for cleansing and clearing um, karmic patterns. And we're going to actually talk about Saint Germain. And I love bringing Saint Germain and Archangel Michael together for cleansing and clearing what is draining our energy, what past life connections we may have with people, with situations, ancestral wounds that needs to be healed, to be set free. And I was just talking to Jane about it is the era of Aquarius, and it's all about freedom. So I invite you all to connect to your spirit guides. And also, I'm very connected to dragons, and they are amazing beings of lights too. So connect to whatever it feels right to you. And also pay attention to signs. It could be just as little as finding a feather somewhere, or a song being played, or seeing a name like Michael or Miguel. When you connect, whenever I do that, I go out, even get coffee, and I see the name of the person is Michael. And those signs, small and big, as we acknowledge that, we get more of them.
Right.
But if we
Yeah.
don't, it's like somebody gives you a gift and you're happy, like universe gives you a gift, you get happy, they want to give you more gift. But if you don't even acknowledge it, then they're kind of like, oh, well, we keep giving the gift and doesn't even know. So acknowledge, embrace, and have faith.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. And it is wonderful to recognize, with the idea that we are opening to a new age, that we have access to things that weren't available to humanity even 100 years ago, or even in some cases 50 years ago or 20 years ago, depending on what we're talking about. And there are angels and masters who are particularly connected with the coming of the new age, and Michael is one of them. I wanted to, in the meditation, I think maybe at the beginning of the meditation, we can invite in Archangel Michael, who also is really wonderful for opening to a sense of having a sense of strength and power. And something I've connected with that also that I hadn't recognized until recently is poise. Like feeling, and I think of poise now as feeling comfortable being in that state of strength and power. Like being It's not, it's strength and power. It's not like you're fighting it out. It's actually that you're poised in being who you are. And that's been really meaningful to me. They have such wonderful messages for us. Another one is Archangel Metatron, who is also one of the real guiding lights for this coming age. And he is an archangel who is considered to be one of the ones who's closest to God, to our Creator. He's in the Kabbalah. He's at the top of the tree of life, and he is just an amazing light. We'll connect with both of them. And Sunny already mentioned Saint Germain, and it was interesting you mentioned synchronicity too, because synchronicity is a really important part of it. It's about kind of following where the path is leading you. And how do you know? Unless you're paying attention. Another thing, those who know us also know that we have started, we connect with angels and masters and the Akashic records, many things. And we also use a lot of times to create more synchronous opportunities. We use oracle cards and tarot cards, because you could look at, if you look at those kinds of things as a spiritual practice, a sacred spiritual practice. They can be many things to many people. For some, tarot is just a real fun game, you know, but a serious spiritual practice, it will respond in kind. So I wanted to say also yesterday, and something I often do ahead of different events and things, I drew a card from a deck of cards called the Masters of Light Wisdom Oracle cards. And each one has a master connected with it and an energy. And I just wanted to know maybe what that card or what that oracle would have to say, what kind of synchronous opportunity it would present to me. And so I drew a single card, and this is what I got. And I think some of you I know would really appreciate this. It is Saint Germain and Transmutation. And the woman actually who created this deck of cards, she's very creative. She's an artist, and this is her depiction of Saint Germain, which I really like because he has that nice smile on his face. A lot of times he looks very serious. Here he looks like he's really happy and welcoming us. And I thought that was so beautiful. It says, step into the violet flame to clear past errors. In other words, past misconceptions of what we are. Freedom, justice, and new life are assured. And I was just so happy to have that card, because I had been thinking, if we want to transmute energy, and this is one of those things that was not available to humanity, even as I understand it, maybe 100 years ago. It was right around then that it became available. And it was not available before that because humans misused it as many things. So that was exciting and helped to kind of also synchronously set the pace for where we are now, along with our own insights.
It's beautiful. Jane, you mentioned when you were talking about Archangel Michael, about being poised, and that brought me back to being authentic to who we are. I have a dear friend in Mountrose. She's a psychologist, Dr. Araya. She's Persian too. And we were having this discussion about when we're growing up. She brought to my attention, and I realized, wow, that is so true. Sometimes things are obvious, we didn't think of them, but we go back and realize how true that is and how much that can affect us growing up. One of the things is, as children growing up, we conform to our parents to be loved. And because of that need of being attached and loved, we do things against our will. And we grow up and we can fall into that same pattern. If you, for example, date somebody who likes fishing and you want to make yourself love fishing, but you love yoga. The other person doesn't like yoga. They want, and if we go against what we really truly inside yearn for and rather do things to conform to others, that would be not being authentic. It's good to explore and try, but completely trying to change ourselves or others. That's another thing that brought my attention to the fact that I want to transmute those whatever energetic pulls that makes me feel like I need to fit in or fit in that or be in a relationship or be in this kind of relationship. So bringing that from authenticity and burning any karmic energy or past energy or connections that is draining, rather stepping into my authentic power. And we each
Right.
have a beautiful light to offer this world, like beautiful flowers. We all are different, beautiful flowers, and just allowing ourselves to be who we are. And that is, again, what I have thought of. This is a good time to start working on that.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting the way you described that. I wrote a couple notes from the Oracle there's a booklet, a guidebook from the guidebook too, about being in the shadows. It's so much what you were talking about. You most likely have felt bound, living in unjust circumstances, victimized, lacking magic and the freedom to create new life. An upgrade is needed to restore balance, or I think poise. I think that's what we're talking about with poise, which is interesting. To your soul and all of life, enter into the violet flame for purification. And another one that was related. The good news is that help has arrived. Step under the violet flame to raise your frequency and clear dense energies that no longer serve you. Place everything into this transformative light and be free. Divine justice and magic are assured. There is nothing to lose, only to gain as you surrender the karmic patterns of the past.
Yes.
And it is the thing about the violet flame, and when we're talking about transmutation, we're talking about alchemy, which is transmuting lower vibrational frequencies like fear and frustration and whatever goes along with that, confusion, stress, all of those things, into higher frequencies. And the violet flame, I won't say now, I'll say maybe when we're done, it has a very surprisingly wonderful result, at least for me. And when I started noticing what that was, then I was wondering, well, why is it that I have this feeling that I'm describing? and it actually is what Saint Germain and what is said about the violet flame, what it does. So I won't say what it is now. We'll just do it for those who haven't had that experience before. Maybe it'll be new and you'll get some of that feeling. It also generally doesn't take that long. Do you find, Sunny?
No, I usually drop in and I feel it within seconds. But you guys have kind of worked on it with us together to drop into that soul centering, soul connection. So, but usually it doesn't take that long, and
well, and the
hopefully
violet flame for transmuting, if you're feeling something, if you're feeling fearful or frustrated or whatever, and you invite the violet flame in, results happen in minutes in my experience.
Yes, and hopefully audience will feel that too. But for me, I drop in, I immediately within seconds, I feel uplifted. And like almost I feel like this energy, heavy energy is being burnt and kind of like fume is going up to the light and being transformed.
Right. Yeah. So what we'll do now then, are you ready?
I'm looking forward to it. Yes.
Okay. So we'll start the meditation. And as I mentioned, we're going to start by inviting Michael and Metatron to join us. All of these beautiful beings can together support us in whatever it is that we want to transmute. So you might have something specific in mind. Maybe you don't, but maybe you would just like to feel better. Um, so whatever it is, just open to it and we'll see what happens. We always start if you're in a place that's safe to close your eyes and breathe as we did earlier, this is a good place to start. Breathing in love and light from the universe, and as you exhale, releasing. So you're letting go. Just imagine. Sometimes I almost imagine it like I have these little tools and heavy objects that start to drop off, drop off of my body. Dark energy. Just as you breathe in love and light, release with the exhale. And maybe there are areas in your body where you're holding tension. You can breathe that light in there, like people often hold it in your neck, shoulders, wherever. Just breathe in and release. And maybe there are areas in your body that are not loved, that you feel are not loved, or maybe that need some healing. You can breathe that light into those places. Again, releasing with the exhale. And one more thing before we invite in the angels, something we all can do anytime, and I think it's really valuable every day, is realize that we pick up energy from other people, other places, and other times, and ask any energy that's not your own, that's in your space, which includes within your body and in your energy field around you. Just ask any energy that's not your own to go back where it came from. Lovingly. And you may notice as you do that, that you start to feel lighter. Similarly, we leave parts of ourselves with other people in other times and other places. So you can ask any energy of your own that you can bring back to yourself. Just ask for it to come back now. And you might feel it. It's interesting. I always can feel it. It feels like there's energy entering into my space. Good energy. And then you might notice that you feel more present in your body now. More connected. And of course, we're talking about connecting, as Sunny was suggesting, connecting to that love we hold in our hearts. Just dropping into that space. And from here, we can imagine ourselves together in a beautiful healing space. Maybe it would appear like a temple or a cathedral or a beautiful space outdoors. Maybe in the center of a circle of magnificent redwoods or trees or whatever feels right to you. We're all together in a circle in this special place. And here we can begin by inviting Archangel Michael to join us. He's often experienced, if you are visually oriented, as coming in with an electric blue light. And however you experience it, and ask him if you're willing to surround you with his light, with this beautiful light of strength and power and poise. And just feel how that feels in your body. He might have a message for you. The angels all express themselves in ways that are perfect for each of us individually. Sometimes you might get a hug from an angel. You might receive a gift from an angel. So Michael is here to support us. And I also want to invite in Archangel Metatron, who's very special to me because he started me on a new stage of my journey that has been amazing, just amazing. And Archangel Metatron, he is a very high spiritual light often experienced as a luminous white light. Could be a sparkling white light, maybe golden, little gold in there. And it's brightening it, it's uplifting. And he is here to support humanity in our transition into this new age, as is Michael too. So just experience what you notice with him too. And then I want to invite in Ascended Master Saint Germain. He is another one of the beings. He is considered in the realm of the Ascended Masters, who are in a different in a different area than the angels. They are our teachers because they have been humans on the earth before. They have ascended from the human experience. And he is here as one of the shining lights for the new age, with a focus on embracing freedom. And to do this, he offers the violet flame, and he comes in with a violet light. So to the energy we've received from Michael and Metatron, we can add this violet flame. And again, it's the perfect light for you, the perfect flame for you. You may envision it as a flame. I actually envision it more as light that sparkles. The sparkles actually are activating. The flame is activating. And it is a cool flame, by the way. So you can imagine surrounding yourself with this flame. And it may be a dark, deep violet. It might be a combination like an amethyst crystal from that deep, dark violet, and then with shades of lilac in it and those little white points of sparkling light at the tips of the amethyst crystals. Just feel it, it's energy moving. And for transmutation, this means that it is not about having to think of anything or do anything. It is just an energy that turns base metals into gold, essentially. It's alchemical. So just invite that light around you and into your body. Essentially, what we want to do is reach all the way into the cells, and from those cells all the way into the atoms in the cells, because what we're really wanting to do is to increase the flow of energy surrounding the electrons in the atoms in our bodies. This is the space. I think we generally know that we're not solid, not all solid. There's more space than there is matter. And what we want to do is light up that space, because then the electrons can flow more freely. They can spin faster. They become happier. And we become happier. And as we do this with the violet flame, what we're doing is, it's like if you have a house that's all dusty and dirty, we're clearing out the cobwebs in the corners and places where there's stuff stuck on the walls or whatever. We're just clearing everything out that is not light. And then with that, bringing in more of the light that we truly are. So we can just feel that light flowing through us with the violet flame, clearing out all those spaces within our bodies and within the layers of the energy field around us. Sunny, would you like to share anything that you're experiencing?
Yes, sure. I am in a beautiful temple, crystal temple made out of selenite, white, beautiful crystal, high ceilings. Archangel Michael's energy is amazing. He has a sword made out of sapphire that he kind of touched me right on top of my head and filled me a beautiful blue light in the beginning when you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Archangel Metatron, when he entered, he also blessed me, put his hand on top of my head, and it was a feeling of electricity, but in a beautiful way, waking up, shaking up every cell of my body and energetic field.
Mm.
And Saint Germain, when he entered, it was right in front of me, and he had a torch of fire and lit my heart, actually. Beautiful flame, violet color, and which started spreading throughout my body and energy field. And as I'm sitting in this energy, I feel rejuvenated. Every cell is becoming anew. My energy field is just being transformed, and beautiful light cleansing and clearing any negative energy, past karma. It's just amazing feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting on actually a velvety crystal, almost like a queen's chair.
Mm-hmm.
And it's purple color, very high frequency. I have not seen a crystal like that on Earth.
Mm. It's wonderful. And each of us has our own experience, which we can honor. And just notice for yourself what you're experiencing now, maybe that you weren't experiencing before, and how that transmuting energy, what is there when whatever it is that was dark, that was holding you down, when that's relieved, the thing that generally emerges is love and joy. And this is the thing that really surprised me, how joyful I would feel working with these beings of light and the violet flame. And with Metatron, when he came, he held out a white rosebud, and he sniffed it and then handed it to me. And rose is the highest vibrational scent that we can smell. It's beautiful, beautiful light. They are so gracious and so supportive. And I think one of the things we don't recognize, we wonder, well, do they really want to connect with me? They see us as the masters, the magnificent spiritual beings we truly are. They see us as the creators that we're learning to become. And they completely honor us. They also are quite interested in connecting with us and supporting us, because they want all the support they can receive from humans in this time of awakening. So it's all there for us. It's here for us. And I can't help myself. When I get into that joyful place, I always want to invite in Archangel Raziel, who is considered to be the magician of the angelic realms. And he also is the guru. He's considered to be a very mystical, deep guru. So it's not like he's just this fluffy, light character. He's an amazing archangel, Raziel. And he enters generally as a rainbow of colors, which
Yes.
I think that would be a wonderful place to complete our meditation, just inviting a rainbow of light around you. And again,
Yes.
all through your body into the cells. I always imagine each cell choosing whatever color or colors are right for it. The cells have an intelligence. So we can invite in that rainbow light. What are you noticing there, Sunny?
I just saw him coming in with a unicorn, a white unicorn, and handed me a notebook. It's golden, like almost like light. It's so divine. I opened that notebook and there was one page that had anything written, and on it was faith.
Wow.
And the rest of the pages are blank for me to create with my energy,
Hmm.
co-working with the energy of universe, creating a blissful, peaceful inner state of being
Hmm.
that will manifest, spreading out, not only for me, but others too.
Right. That's beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
Raziel is another angel. If you're feeling down, he's considered to be actually one of the most joyful archangels. So it always makes, and I feel light. My heart feels light when Archangel Raziel comes around. So I want to thank all of these beautiful beings who are with us. I know we have invited 4 specifically, and there are many more around us. So we can just thank them all. Thank Raziel, Saint Germain, Metatron, Michael, and the many, many others. And again, focusing on your body in your seat, wherever you're resting, with your feet firmly on the ground. We want to connect now with Mother Earth, ground ourselves to the earth, sending love to Mother Earth. That gives us another boost of love because when we send love to her, she sends it back. It feels like even more to me. So we can receive that and breathe in more active energy, returning to our normal waking states. You might want to stretch a little, whatever feels right. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Wow,
That was fun.
that was incredible. Thank
I feel
you.
lighter. I felt
Yes.
good already. So much time spending, or so much fun spending time with you. And
Oh,
then all of
wonderful.
this. Oh, it
Thank
is wonderful.
you.
I was so
And
happy.
yes, it's the collective energy. So when we
Hmm.
combine faith and collective energy, we can feel it stronger and allow that to manifest. And we were talking about purging. This is the time of as we transmute, we purge. And before we started, we were talking about that could be in physical form or emotional. So if whenever I do processes like this, later on, I may have tears. I may have, so whatever anybody's going through in physical form, um, and they feel it, it's kind of like looking at it, it's the blessing of purging. So we have that white sleigh, that handbook that was given to us by Archangel Raziel, that to now start anew. So this
Hmm.
is a new beginning, and we just had the lunar year of the Chinese New Year, which
Oh,
is a
really?
year
When
of
was that?
dragon. Yes, it was a few days ago. It was a
Oh,
year of
well, that
dragon.
makes sense. That's beautiful.
Yes, and that is also dragon is transformation, transmutation, lots of amazing potentials. So this is a time to transmute, transform, and step into our power and strength, and it all comes with faith. If we don't believe it, you can't see it. So
Hmm. Right.
changing it from seeing it to believe it, if we believe it to see,
Yeah,
then we'll
it
see
is
it.
really, it is that,
Yes,
just to highlight that, from seeing is believing to believing is seeing. It is
yes,
that is a transformation in the way we perceive.
yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
Um,
Jane.
yeah.
It's such a privilege and such a healing journey. And I hope it has been for everybody who has joined live or would watch this later as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting, let's see. Sharon says, yes, purging, major process for me now. And it's interesting because we're in kind of the middle, moving towards the end of winter, which is, and in winter, we want to release anything that is not supporting us for moving freely into a new spring season. So it is a beautiful time to release, to let go. Nikki says, don't know where my sharing went. Oh, I'm so full of light right now. Hi, Nikki. It's nice to see you too. And Bab says, thanks so much, Jane, Sunny, and all the beautiful beings who guided us today. Yeah. And just as a reminder, you can place anything and everything into the violet flame for that transmutive light and energy, and to be free of things that may have held you in limitation for centuries, potentially.
So
So,
true.
yeah. Yeah, it's amazing that we have that as an opportunity. It is a real one.
Yes.
So with that, then our last thing that we do is just imagine surrounding the whole world with that light and love. And for each of you, sending it to any place in your body, anyone around you who needs more love, places in the world where people are experiencing hardship and war. Whenever you feel that presence of light, you can also bless the world with it. Of course, we are just by being it, we are blessing the world with it. But you can also use your intention to give it a flow in a direction that you want to send it, which is very wonderful too. So, Sunny, is there a way that people can connect with you if they want to learn more about what you're doing, or do you have anything set up for that?
Currently, I'm just teaching full time.
Right. So
But
you don't have
they
anything particular.
yes, but they can connect through you. You can let me know if there's somebody that really wants to talk, and that would be a privilege. But
Okay.
at this time, I'm not engaging and working as a life coach. So it's very selective unless I'm called to. Otherwise, yes, but I love doing these circles with you and
Mhm.
being in touch with you and your amazing group and with Philip. So it's been a privilege. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here. This has been so much fun.
Thank you.
I wanted to mention a couple of things also about Awakenings Institute. We have, uh, Sunny referred to our holistic spiritual coaching and healing program. We just started a course, and people can still join. It's like the last minute, practically, that you could possibly join. If you want to find out about it, you can learn more at tinyurl.com/HOL coach. So that's tinyurl.com. It's a way to give you a short a short URL to a long URL site. You can do that. Also, we have a free resource kit for light workers, spiritual healers, way showers, and people like that. And you can find out more about that at tinyurl.com/spiritual-kit. And of course, we're at gettingthrough.org, which is gettingthrough.org/spiritual or /holistic/awakenings. It's a big website. Once you get there, you can just look around. There's a lot there and a lot of opportunities. So thank you also everyone who is here, because you are helping to support the world in this change and in this awakening that we're all experiencing. If you want to support the circle, you can follow our page on Facebook, facebook.com/awakening circle. You can share the video with your friends if you're on Facebook, and you can invite friends of all kinds to join you in the circle. So the final thing we do is send that love and light out to the week ahead. And you can do this anytime too. Just send the energy out where you want to receive it, into those places where maybe the light is not so great. Just send that love and light out there now, so that when you get there, it's going to be different. And have a wonderful week. So again, thank you all for joining us.
Thank you. Love, peace, and blessings to all.